historian, chemistry, with history of textile and fashion.
Hey y'all, so I got a question really quick before I start. Y'all see this? Y'all remember this? I just want to know, verbally, yes, no? Yes. Okay, so that means you've seen this. I'm pretty sure we all had the same face when we saw it. Which was this? Because what are you doing? And to think that someone black signed off on this, and to think that this was someone's ignorance replacing their intellect. Anyway, y'all seen these, right? Y'all know what Fendi is. I got a Fendi purse. I'm not proud of it, okay? It was just cute at the moment. But they stole that print from the 17th century Cuba, okay? Same with Versace. They call it Greek. That was ours, okay? When I say ours, I may be African American, but I'm African first. But before I get too deep into that, I want to let y'all know who I am. My name is Chemistry. I'm a black historian. I may be young, but I've been studying black history since I was 8, 9 years old. I've been teaching black history for about 3 years on my TikTok, where you can find me. And this is my email, TikTok, all that. I am also a public speaker. My goal is to bring more education to our gatherings, because why are we getting together to get drunk and not learning or organizing? It's just not helpful. But anyway, let's get into it. The weaving thread interconnecting African Americans to their African roots is textiles. Textiles is more than just geometric prints. Okay, it's who we are. They attempted, and when I say they, y'all know who I'm talking about, attempted to take our vibrance away from us. This is what they expected of us. Rags. But even in those rags, we still had color. We still found some sort of style. And it was that pride. That is what connected us to our roots. Now, of course, this isn't black history. I don't have to go through the transatlantic slave trade for y'all to understand that we were stripped of what you're going to see today, which is why it's important that we see it today. The tide changed, and so did the representation. So before I even go any further into what you're going to see today, I kind of want to take you back to what we were represented as before slavery. We were kings and queens. Not all of us, of course, but we had beautiful headdresses. We had pride. We took pride in how we presented ourselves. There was a reason. And there was a reason for everything. Next. But let's talk about the textiles. Give a mic. Oh, thank you. There we go. There you go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. All of the designs that you're going to see was created and crafted in Africa and designed by one of the models and one of the hosts named Princess. And also, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you helped. Yes. So these are all one-of-one pieces. And that is what makes African textiles so important today, is because we are preserving its natural, cultural, its origins, because it's not just colors. You could easily print this on a 3D printer, but that wouldn't make it African. That wouldn't make it, that would lose its significance in that way. The craft is almost always reserved for the matriarch or the woman for important reasons, and that reason is because this is spiritual, baby, okay? I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Just a little bit. I don't wanna scare y'all. Next. But before I get too deep into it, I do want to ask you all, have you ever seen this pattern, this print, the mud cloth? Of course, it like it says, has roots tied to the Bambara people of West African Mali. But the thing about the mud cloth is, and I don't want to botch the name, is it Bogala Fani? If I didn't say that right?
You have to ask, who's Muhammad?
Muhammad?
Is it Bogala?
Bogala?
Muhammad, what's the name of that fabric?
Yeah, Bogala.
Bogala, okay, there you go.
Oh, I love
Yes.
that. Okay. So the reason I wanted to shed some light on its original name, because we as Americans, we want to know, we want to hear things that we understand. But its origins, its original names matter. It doesn't matter if we understand it. It matters. And we have to make sure that we gatekeep that. Right. Now, the mud cloth is very, I just learned about it, and I love it. So to create this fabric, you have to go through an intricate process. You gotta cultivate and harvest the cotton. You have to strip it and weave it into these like strips. And then once you go through that long, laborious process, you still have to get this print, which is cool. So listen to this part. You have to get fermented for, I want to say it's fermented for 90 days. The mud is fermented for 90 days. And they intricately and specifically form these designs by allowing the mud to sit there for however long it needs to create that design. I think that's dope. I think it's dope. The next one I'm pretty sure we've all seen. If you know it, go ahead and shout it out. Yes, okay. As a Black American, I graduated with a kente cloth, a kente sash, with pride, and I wore it in the right way. You'll see this like we saw at the beginning of this presentation. They will wear it however they want, but it's important that we preserve and teach its proper usage. It's used for the rite of passage. Next. Sorry. With kente, I don't have to go through all the different meanings of the colors, but the reason that I wanted to put emphasis on the colors is because, like I said, everything has a reason, everything has a meaning. There is a reason that these colors are in these geometric shapes on this pattern while we're wearing it. But, next, sorry. Next I want to talk about indigo. You guys know what blue jeans are, right? Some of you are wearing them. Jeans are actually colored with indigo. Indigo is considered blue gold in a lot of places. But once it was a blue gold. Before cotton was found to be like a cash crop, the main cash crop, indigo, brought over by Africans from West Africa, was the thing to have. It originated in Africa, brought over during the gravest atrocity against humanity, which was slavery, which, honorable mention, Ghana proposed recently that slavery be acknowledged as the greatest atrocity against humanity. And we got it. Yes, we can acknowledge that. But indigo, it's very important. You'll see, my family is Gullah Geechee, the older family members I have, so they'll have like these colors on their fingers, and it's colored by indigo. I never understood it. Kinda still don't, but I know it's important. I know it's spiritual, and the more I learn about it, the more I understand that these things need to be taught. Next. Yeah, I just wanted to show y'all this. Can you believe they want $1,500 for these pants? Let's just say the African people that's harvesting the indigo ain't seeing the lick of that. Right. Anyway, let's go back to the spirituality of all of African textiles. I don't want to scare you. I understand there is a mixture of all spiritual practices. Okay, but when we talk about the colors specifically, and we talk about the usage of these textiles and why we wear them, you'll see people wear all white, right? Looking like Obatala, which is an Orisha. I'm not going to go through it for you, but there's a reason that they're wearing that all right. They're trying to embody that power, that energy. Again, these are just up here just for you to look at so you can get the idea of what I mean when I say it is spiritual. It's more than just printing colors on a dress. That is not how this was made at all. All right. As we know, the Black American experience has been unique, but we're not an anomaly, and we're not in this alone. We have something called like a double consciousness, where we kind of feel disconnected from our African roots, and we also feel disconnected from our Americanist, I guess you could say. But we found it. Of course, with our own westernized, and I put air quotes on that because that's just what it is. It sounds bad, but it's our own westernized twist. So of course you'll see the tufts and things like that, but you see that we cover ourselves, we cover our heads, and then you'll see salt and pepper here with the kente on, with the different fabrics and different textiles on, with respect, trying to bring forth that respect to our roots. So, as you watch today, Simply Natural is presenting to you 100%, like not just African textiles, but with respect to Africa. This is 100% respect to Africa. As a Black woman, I am proud, go ahead, I am proud to be able to walk in this show. But before I go, I did want to say something. Anybody in here grow up with a mother who had this stuff? Or do y'all have this stuff? You ever wonder why we all kind of have that shared experience in a way? It's because we've always been interconnected spiritually. And we do so not just with textiles, with fabrics, with dresses and colors, but through so many different things, through how we decorate our homes. My mom didn't have she didn't have a contact with any Africans at all. Yet, this was my house. And to think. But to finish it, the patterns, the techniques, the curators, the colors, the line work, it's all significant and it all matters. And I say that to end it with this, because it's important that we keep this up. It's important that we keep showing pride. I, as a 26-year-old woman myself, I have to start showing more pride to my African side. I am. It takes time, of course, because you have to deconstruct that mental yuck that they've implemented, but it's okay, it will take time, but we have to keep doing it. We have to support. And Simply Natural has done wonders to make sure that they instill not just African pride, but African culture in our African American culture. Thank you so much for coming and listening to me.
We'll now have a performance by Ramon.